Hey guys, it's Robbie and welcome back to Skinny Pop Legends. Today, I want to talk to you about Charli XCX's unreleased album known as XCX World and explain what this album was and what happened to it. Really quickly though, I'd really appreciate it if you could subscribe to my channel and like the video, and also follow my social media accounts. I'll leave my @ on the screen. I also follow back everyone that follows me, but with that said, let's get into today's video. Charli XCX rose to fame after being featured on hit singles such as I Love It by Icona Pop and Fancy by Iggy Azalea. Then in December of 2014, Charli released her second studio album titled Sucker, which also spawned her own solo hits such as Boom Clap and Break the Rules. Charli was nominated for Grammys, VMAs, and Billboard Awards. She had become a household name, and the general public were eager for the release of new music following Sucker. Charli found the direction for her third studio album when her boyfriend introduced her to SOPHIE's music. Charli became obsessed with SOPHIE's songs, and this led to many writing sessions with SOPHIE, and also led to Charli reaching out to other new producers she hadn't worked with before, such as A.G. Cook and Stargate. And in the summer of 2015, production began on Charli's upcoming third studio album. It wouldn't be until the end of 2016 that we'd see the release of the lead single, but Charli did release an EP at the beginning of that year titled Vroom Vroom. The EP wasn't technically a teaser for the album, it's a separate project, but it did tease the direction Charli would be going in with her new album. In July of 2016, Charli hired A.G. Cook as her creative director for the era, and preparation for the album's release began. Then in October of 2016, Charli released the official lead single from the album, titled After the After Party. The single was well received by critics, with some publications stating it as one of the top 10 songs of the year, but unfortunately the chart positions were not as positive. The single debuted at number 82 in the UK and completely missed the US Billboard Hot 100. After the release of 8 remixes for the single, the song then peaked at number 29 in the UK, but still couldn't crack the Hot 100. Charli's record label then gave the single one last push in the US, and booked a performance slot on Jimmy Kimmel's Late Night Show. On February 7th of 2017, Charli performed her single After the After Party, and also performed an unreleased song from the album titled Bounce. Bounce was produced by both A.G. Cook and SOPHIE, and was most likely a contender for the second single from the album. But after the performance on Jimmy Kimmel, the song received huge backlash. The general public were not here for Charli's new sound, and it then became obvious to Charli's label that promoting Bounce as a single would not be a good investment. Bad news arrived, and Charli announced that her album that was originally set for release in May of 2017 would now be pushed back to September. But Charli did release a mixtape titled Number One Angel in March of 2017 to compensate for the delay. Charli then went on tour for the release of the mixtape and performed a bunch of unreleased songs from her upcoming album, such as Girls Night Out, No Angel, Taxi, Bounce, and a couple others. In July of 2017, Charli then released her next single, titled Boys. The song debuted at number 42 in the UK, and once again completely missed the Billboard Hot 100. Things still weren't looking good for Charli, and more bad news came when Charli announced her album had been delayed again, and would now be out in early 2018. Then on August 20th of 2017, tragedy struck, and hundreds of Charli XCX songs leaked online. Charli's Google Drive had been hacked, and the majority of her album was all over the internet. Even the album photo shoot leaked. This unfortunately put the nail in the coffin for Charli's new album, and XCX World was cancelled. 4 months later, Charli released another mixtape before the end of the year titled Pop 2, but this was completely unrelated to the album, and it seemed as if Charli had moved on. But then on January 30th of 2018, Charli tweeted that Girls Night Out, No Angel, Bounce were still alive and important to her. There was still hope for XCX World, and in the summer of 2018, both No Angel and Girls Night Out were officially released. Fans were now waiting for the official releases of other XCX World songs, such as Taxi and Come to My Party. But sadly this day never came, and in an interview with Fader in 2019, Charli stated that she will never release any of her leaked songs, as she feels they don't belong to her anymore. Charli then furthered this statement and responded to a fan on Twitter, confirming she will never release Come to My Party. As of 2020, Charli has actually played both Taxi and Come to My Party on DJ sets, but there is still no news for an official release for either of those songs. It seems as if XCX World has finally been put to rest. But what do you think about XCX World? Do you wish the album had been officially released, or do you prefer Charli's other albums? Please let me know in the comments section down below. And before I go, I'd really appreciate it if you could subscribe to my channel and like the video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.